All right. Thunder Road Show here, live from Royal Purple Raceway. Doug Johnson, your host, with my esteemed colleague Bob Galletti, kind of an impromptu from an undisclosed location somewhere in the tower. We're not going to say where. Bob ran his normal number one qualifier in Top Sportsman. After Q1, he was number one. But the big deal of the day is that we're here with Clay Millican, number one qualifier for Top Fuel at Royal Purple Raceway Spring Nationals. How do you, man, you just got to be on top of the world.
Well, all I can tell you is that's after Q2. So I'm hoping we have typical Houston weather, and it's like 100 degrees tomorrow, and everybody has trouble going down the racetrack, and we stay number one. You know, that's kind of the game plan. But, I mean, we went out there tonight, made a really nice run. I mean, David Grubnick, all the guys on the team, I mean, they gave me a really good race car, and they went 372 something another, new track record, and number one. I mean, it was great.
It's been a great day, hasn't it?
It has been a great day. I have not a thing to complain about. I tell you, that was an awesome pass by the boys.
How about all of the excitement that was going on all today? There was a new energy in this place this weekend, wasn't there?
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of it is because there's a really cool thing going on with a lot of small tire cars here this weekend that I am excited about. It's cool having the Redemption guys here. Don't you hate when that happens? It's just like,
you know, he's been busy all racing, and he forgets to turn his ringer off.
Well, I'm not going to say nothing. Mine will start ringing in a moment.
I know, right?
But, I mean, you know, it's been a really good buzz around the racetrack. You know, having those guys here, it adds a little excitement. I like keeping up with those guys. To watch the power management on them little bitty tires go down the racetrack is just crazy to me. I mean, you work with power management in a different kind of way. We do too, but what they do is crazy. Tires that big. It's crazy.
That's a lot like Top Fuel, really.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Kind of like Top Fuel in the rain.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
And
I mean,
Joe Kelly really got it done today.
You know, I can't take any thoughts to compare the two other than, you know, it's not a lot of tire for as fast as they go. And
right.
So you know how you scale things down for like 8th scale remote control cars that could go 100 miles an hour and stuff? It's kind of scaling it down if you consider power per tire size.
Yeah.
You know, you got 2,000 horsepower to the ground and a 28 by 10 slick on a 10 or 12 inch wheel. It's a lot different than, but y'all have 10% more horsepower or whatever.
10,000 over 10,000 horsepower, and I mean, you know, 0 to 100 in less than a second.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's like just stomping on the loud pedal of a rocket, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and then so talk about how great Clips has been to you. You got Speed Society on.
You know, and I always have the haircut. You know, people laugh all the time. They're like, you know, you're not going to have any hair left, but I tell you, I go into a Great Clips, I just show up unannounced. It's not like something I got to do, but I stop at them all over the country because I enjoy that. You know, I like going in there, and I'll usually go in with, you know, something Great Clips on my shirt, and I'll notice, you know, the stylist looking, but they won't never say anything.
It's like Undercover Boss just showed up.
Yes, kind of like that, you know, and so and they make sure I get a good haircut every time. So, you know, it's really fun.
Damn sure better, right?
Well, everybody does, you know, and it just so happens I drive their Top Fuel car. You know?
Yeah, right. So, and then Parts Plus.
Parts Plus has been with me for 6 years. Awesome group to work with. We have a lot of hospitality guests come out to every race from Parts Plus. Just a fantastic company, and they're based in Memphis, and they have warehouses and stores all over the country, and they're family. They are absolutely. This whole group is become family, and it's fun. We're in a little bitty shop behind Doug Stringer, our team owner's house. I mean, we call it the Nitro Barn.
Oh.
We're not part of that clique in Brownsburg. I'm not part of the club.
Right.
And I actually enjoy that because if we find something, it's not going to get shared at lunch or dinner. You know, no matter what these other guys do, the crew guys all hang out together and they talk. Well, guess who my crew guys hang out with? Each other.
Yeah.
That's it. And so what we find is ours, and I really love that. I mean, you know, are we a small team compared to them big dogs? Yes, we are. But guess what? We're number one qualifier.
Right?
You know, so I love it. I enjoy being that small team fighting these big dogs.
So talk about how this helps you so far in the season. Where are you at in points so far? And
to be honest, I really don't know. I think I'm gonna look at
push on this.
I think we're number 7.
Yeah, you're right there.
Number 7. You know, we're in the top 10, and our goal right now has been consistency. We haven't looked to go out and qualify number 1 at every race. We haven't. Earlier today, we went 380, and Grubby had told me that he was trying to go 378. So we were close. I mean, you appreciate those numbers, trying to – we don't have a dial-in on the car, but we do have a game plan for what we're trying to run. And so we went 380, and he wanted to go a 78, so he missed it a couple hundreds. Tonight, he said we're going to try to go 72. To be honest, I didn't think that would be number one. I didn't think it would stay. I even told him when I got out of the car, there was 2 cars behind us. I said, that won't stay, but it did.
He called it dead on.
He called it dead on, and
That's
it
awesome.
just happened to be number one.
Yeah, cool. So, what are your expectations if the weather does drop like they're talking about? It's supposed to drop down into the maybe 50s or 60s by Sunday.
Then it'll be hold your hat because you will be getting with the program. I mean, when the weather gets cool, these things go really fast. I think, I don't know that we'll stay number one. I think, these things run off of weather and track conditions. We can make plenty of power to go quick at any time, but if the weather's right and the track's right, anybody can go quick at any time, no doubt about it. But we did what we wanted to do. Our again, I keep saying game plan because David Grubnick, our crew chief, a lot of you folks may know him. He drove for 20 years. I raced against him, but he's very mapped out everything he wants to do. He has a plan every race. His goal coming in here was to be a top 5 qualifier. Yeah. And that's where we're at right now, and hopefully we'll stay that way tomorrow. And Sunday, if it gets cold, pretty much everything we did in qualifying is out the window, and then it's back on the crew chief again to just
Look
find
through
out.
the logbook.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
an off-the-trailer race then, isn't it?
It's an off-the-trailer race, no doubt about it.
Everything I'm seeing with the weather shows that it's going to be warm through tomorrow, and it's going to be awesome Sunday. So
Yeah.
you guys hopefully should be able to hold on to it, and like you say, hold on to your hat Sunday.
Exactly, and it's really, I don't want to say it's easier, but we don't have to drive the finish line. We don't have to dial it in. We
Yeah.
just got to go fast.
Just get her done. Yeah.
But all the other guys, all my buddies, they're definitely going back through the logbook to find out what to dial in. That makes it hard.
How many years have you? This is the 30th anniversary of the Spring Nationals at Royal Purple Raceway. The track is still in great condition. The facility is in great condition. How many years do you think you've raced at this track? Do you know?
I do not know. I'm the world's worst statistician, but I do know because my PR lady dug this up earlier this week and put it out in a press release. In 2004, I raced in the final round here, and it's pretty well known. I've got a heck of a streak of runner-ups in NHRA. I've got 50-something national event wins in the IHRA series, and I'm like tied for second all-time in runner-ups, which is a record I don't want to have. But I raced, I think it was Brandon Bernstein in the final here in 2004. And we actually ran 3 consecutive NHRA finals, but I've been coming here racing super gas way, way back. I'm going to look at Britt. How long ago has that been? That's been 20+ years. Yeah. So next year I will have been driving a Top Fuel car 20 years. So, I mean, we're talking.
It was before then.
30 years ago,
Yeah.
probably. Whatever. It's crazy.
Well,
I don't feel that old, except when I get up in the morning.
you don't look that old.
Well, I'm old.
Nah,
I'm old.
You're not older than Bob, I don't think.
I'm old.
Yeah. Well, so just real quick, and we'll let you go because I know you want to get out, go back to the hotel and get a good rest because you got a big day tomorrow. But you did do some cameo appearances on reality-type TV shows.
I actually hosted a couple of my own shows. I had a lot of fun doing reality TV. Did a lot of those with Speed Channel. I was on Pink's All Out. A lot of people remember that. I was the so-called expert because nobody on the show except for Ken Herring knew anything about cars except for Ken Herring. I mean, that's
Richie didn't know anything?
Rich knew how to have big arms.
Oh, no, Christian
you know.
said, yeah.
He had big arms and he knew
But
how to arm
Nate
drop.
Pritchett knew a little bit. He's got
Oh,
a pretty
Nate,
fast
yeah,
arm,
but I wasn't on there with Nate.
Yeah,
Nate
that's
was
right.
on
He was
Pink's.
gone. Yeah,
he was
right.
on
He was
Pink's.
gone
I was
when
on
he-
Pink's All Out.
Yeah.
But Ken Herring definitely knows cars, and Willie B's got some cars, but Willie B, whatever. I'm just playing. But I also hosted a really cool show called Drag Race High. That was a
was
lot
very
of
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
And I hosted a show on MTV2 called Burnout,
Yeah.
which was with some tech students, and we had them build some cars. So I've done a little bit of reality TV, and just because it's called reality TV doesn't mean it's real.
Yeah. There's a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
TV's make believe, right?
Yes, exactly. But I'm much bigger on TV.
Yeah.
I do like that because I'm a
Well,
little.
we make you look nice and lean. It's just the big guy theory. But hey, we really appreciate the time. Bob, you got anything else?
We really appreciate you being on Thunder
No,
Road
I
Show, brought to
appreciate
you
it.
by HP Motorsports.
He's a consummate professional.
Absolutely. That's like me. I'm Clay Millican, 6-time Top Fuel World Champion, driver of the Great Clips Parts Plus UNOH, Weld Racing, Top Fuel Dragster. How about that?
Speed Society.
Speed Society.
Speed Society.
Good job, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot, and
Appreciate it.
have a good night.
Thank you.